Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Buddy Bison stream. So, today we are going to be beginning our playthrough of Wargroove. The reason why I haven't gotten to the game screen yet is because just wanted to highlight a little new thing that I did. So, there's always the waifu of the stream, but I decided that you know, it takes too long to get through the entire cycle of waifus, right? Like it just takes too long sometimes. So what I did was, instead of just doing a single image, I made it a slideshow that switches off, I think, every like 30 seconds. So just wanted to highlight that. So now there will be multiple waifus of the stream, but we are playing this game. There we go. Had to click into it. Have to remember that luckily, for some reason, in this game full screen, it's really nice where if I click off of it, it still keeps playing the music. A lot of games don't do that. A lot of games are assholes. But this one seems to be pretty nice. But I do have to click back into it if I want to control it. So, as I understand, Wargroove is heavily Advance Wars inspired. There are several factions. There's a lot of custom content, I believe. You can make your own, or you can download them. So that might be something I explore once I get more to like the end of what I plan to go through in this game. The option menu is pretty nice. It is not as easy to deal with as I wish. Like, even when I put it in windowed, dragging the window over to the correct monitor and then full screening it, or doing whatever you want with it, increasing its resolution, didn't actually work. So I had to change the monitor that I'm looking at, the game is on, to my primary monitor so that Steam would start it up on the correct one. So that would be something that I would like adjusted. I'll just put on headphones. We got all these things. And excessive colorblind mode. I believe I have red-green colorblindness to a degree, but because it would be changing how the entire game is viewed, I'm not going to put that on. I also put on show grid and then show damage range. Not sure about the health display yet. I'll have to play to figure out how much I like that. But regardless, let us come in here. So it seems like there's a arcade mode, a puzzle mode, and a campaign. So puzzle, try solving these mind-bending logic puzzles. So chances are that's like almost like playing chess with pieces down, or like there's almost like, or like certain like Disgaea levels where it's like the geo blocks probably make it a bit harder. Arcade, I'm not exactly sure what this would probably be, but we're gonna my playthrough of this game is going to be more focused on the campaign mode, as far as I understand it. There's a co-op mode for it, but there's also custom campaigns, but you have to download those. And I believe this game goes through the Steam Workshop. It might not. You must accept the EULA, whatever. But we're going to be focusing on the main campaign of this game, because that is what I play these for. I play games like this not for the custom content, not for my ability to make custom content, but because I enjoy playing story games. I like stories. So, one rainy night at Cherrystone Castle. That's a great way to start off the story, by immediately saying it wrong. This weather's giving me the spooks. Did you hear that? Cut it out. It's just thunder. But I'm gonna patrol the throne room. Hey, wait for me. I like the sounds.
Cowards, jumping at shadows and dropping their guard.
Sigrid. Interesting. Turn 1. Okay.
Getting to the king shouldn't be much of a challenge. There he is, all alone in his chambers. How convenient that I have a bird's eye view of the entire castle from the front door. The fewer guards I dispatch, the quicker this will be. But some unfortunate wretches will still stand in my way. I'll start by defeating that one over there.
So I am, as always, using a PlayStation controller. So I believe Wargroove has come out natively on the PlayStation 4. However, I was not able to figure out how to change that. Like, as I said, I went through the settings menu. Didn't have anything like the Disgaea ones where it just changes it. And I didn't see any places online where I could mod that in. So I just am going to have to figure out what things are there.
I need to defeat that guard and clear a path to the king.
And put up my elbow. There we go. Both elbows about the same level. I say about because this one's on a table and this one is on a chair. Okay, so seems to be pretty very normal. So you can attack doors, it seems. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. It's got all the good things where it's got a... Okay. And I have a 113 to 122% chance. Where's that percentage of health?
Are you afraid? Goodbye.
Oh, there was a ghost coming out of his body. Oh, I'm a king!
It's time. Time my daughter learned the truth. But how do I tell her?
Ooh, and the controller vibrates when it's my turn.
I'll make my way towards the king's chambers.
Okay, so up button does that. Square does that. Mission overview. Okay, interesting. So the bottom right hand corner tells you essentially what the if there are any bonuses, I guess, associated with the thing. I need to move further. I know, but I want to. Goddamn! I want to check other things. Go up here. Wait.
Mercia, a long time ago, before Cherrystone was Cherrystone. No.
I like how I do seem to be like bat inspired.
This is laughably easy.
Okay, so am I? Okay, so if I hold that, I can see his attack range and his movement range. Yes, Wargroove! Of course it's a new game. I'd said I was going to be playing a new game at the end of my Cold Steel stream. In fact, I'm going to be playing two. On Wednesday, I'm going to be also starting the Alliance Alive. Pixely goodness, yes. So I can't lock it, it seems. Ooh, but if I hit circle on it, infantry, basic infantry useful for capturing structures, critical hit when adjacent to its commander, vulnerable to a bunch. And then carpet defense, a decorative tile that's functionally the same as flagstone. Oh god, fucking what the shit? Damage matrix. Okay. So I don't know if that's nominal or like percentage-wise. Okay, so all the terrain, lore. I don't know lore yet. Except for this. Rules. Okay, so a lot of it's just right up in front of you. Okay, so there's just a whole bunch. Okay, so Sigurd is a high vampire, an ancient being of prodigious power. She serves Valdor, Lord of Felheim, and he considers her his most reliable subordinate. Like the icy wastes of her homeland, Sigurd is cold and brutal. Okay. Learning a whole bunch of stuff. So, okay, so vulnerable commander. So, so the commander does 120% damage, cavalry does 95, mage does 90, and spearman does 80? If I'm reading that correctly. Or is that like 80 bonus? That's the thing that I need to figure out. Now, the curious thing is I wonder if I'm wondering if the checkered area, or not checkered, but like the diagonal lines area is not just the movement, but also the aggro radius. That'll be something I have to look into. Do that. Merciful.
This is tiresome.
Okay. So Merciful is the is the king's name.
There was once a kingdom called Cacophony, and a war known as the Great Dissonance.
I do like this. I think this is a good way to, like, instead of doing straight up, like, cutscene cutaways, keep it still in the same engine, but have this guy's turn where he's not doing anything be a story. I think that's smart.
This knowledge is too great a burden, oh Mercia.
Is it a kingdom line thing where everyone is named Mercy something?
This castle is vast. If I access the overview screen, I can get a glimpse of its true extent. I just need to select an unoccupied tile and pick overview.
Oh, nice. Oh, and it's really just a zoomed out version because everyone's still like moving. Like they're still like doing their idle animations.
This screen provides me with objectives and statistics. So many humans. How unpleasant. Still, I can avoid most of them. As my objective says, I'm here for the king. I can close this now and return to my task.
Okay. So, oh god, there's 43 human units in this castle. You see, you know what's really stupid? Like, I can just tell this right now. So, you can see the throne room, like that big middle area. Why the hell does he have 10 people in the throne room and only one guarding his bed chambers when it's nighttime and no one's in the throne room? Like, I think that's the dumbest part. It's like, this king's asking to get assassinated.
Time to defeat a few more hapless guards and make my way to the king's chamber.
I came around that corner.
This is
Oh,
tiresome.
and interesting. So,
Goodbye.
even the, so the direction you attack the enemy from is reflected in the battle screen. That's cool.
I'll start slowly. My darling Bluebird, I need to tell you something.
Because, like, I know in games like Fire Emblem, as far as I remember, in the old ones, you're always... okay, so this will be interesting. So this will... So I believe I can move to there. No, I can't. Okay. Because in Fire Emblem, I believe your character is always on the left. Or is it always on the right? I can't remember. But if I remember right, you're always on one of the sides. Like, it doesn't switch. If I remember... Or does it switch? Oh god, it really throwing me now. I'm not sure.
It's a very long story about something that happened a very, very long time ago.
Man, it feels interesting to be playing, like, the bad guy in the first mission. You don't get this. You don't get this very often, and I like it.
Reginald, what happened to you? A very long time ago indeed. Why can't the past stay the past? At last. You! How did you...
What?
Sigrid? Oh! My old man bones. Humans are so frail. Do you understand what you've just done? You'll start a war! War? The inane squabble of children. Where is the key?
Safe.
You'll never have it! The key is in safe hands, far from the grasp of a monster like you! Safe hands? Before you die, understand this. Nothing is safe from me.
Listen.
You're making a mistake! Hush now. Oh, no! My body! Before my body runs dry. Still, the key eludes me. No matter. It's close. I can feel it.
Okay, you can see in the background there's a picture of of I believe the king holding a baby. Results: total turns 8, units defeated 4, units lost 0, stars earned 3. Victory S rank. Who have been
Yes.
achievement unlocked? Revenant of Regicide. S rank, baby. Whoop whoop. Okay, so good. So I'm glad because I had made sure to put a check mark on an OBS feature to allow Steam overlay. So that way achievement unlocks would show up and I wouldn't have to say that they unlocked. Well done, princess. Your skill with the cherry blade improves yet further.
Thank you.
Woof. Woof.
It's all right, Caesar. It's just one of the royal guard.
Lord Emmerich!
Is this important? You disturb the princess's lessons.
The king, my lord! The king has been killed!
What?
What?
No!
Oh, no! Father!
I'm sorry.
Mercia, I'm so sorry. Even though you can see the dog like with his tears. Who did this? Sir, the assailant appears to have been a vampire. The Felheim Legion. Princess Mercia, the murder of your father is an act of war. We must defend the kingdom. War? We're at war. Time to murder.
War. War never changes.
Congratulations, you've unlocked additional lore about Emmerich. Awesome! River Aldor, Act 1, Mission 1. June 8th. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change the stream name to reflect the fact that I am in Act 1. Act 1 from the start. Boom. Update. Update that shit. Did that change it? Yep, it did. Cool. Nope, gotta come over here. Click on. Alright. Adjust difficulty. Oh, okay, so there's a difficulty level. That's neat. I like that. So, I'm on hard default mode. Is there like a custom mode? Medium, a little easier, maximum of 3 stars per mission. Story mode, just enjoy the story, a maximum of 1 star. Okay, interesting. Damage received, hard default, income, groove charge. Okay, that's interesting. Options. I'm gonna see what health bar looks like. Always movement animation, always fast. Okay. Codex. Law. Outlaw Chief. Okay, so Cherrystone, peaceful place where pastoral grasslands give way to lush meadows and cool emerald forests, while the Cherrystone Kingdom is caught between the harsh snowscapes of Felheim to the west and the hazardous wilds of the Gloom Woods to the east. The kingdom, for the most part, manages to exist in its own tranquil state. While wary of their eastern neighbors, Cherrystone's citizens are rarely actually troubled by the Florin, provided humans don't accidentally wander into the Gloom Woods. The same cannot be said of their neighbors to the west, where the border with Felheim requires constant vigilance. Occasionally over the centuries, leaderless hordes have stormed the border, intent on pillage and plunder, while every few generations, whoever happens to be the current wielder of the Fel Gauntlet decides to make a foray into Cherrystone in a vicious attempt to expand Felheim's borders. Thus, the Cherrystone army is forced to remain on guard at all times. Outlaw Chief. Outlaw society is split into myriad clans, ever shifting and changing as individuals join, leave, and defect from one to another. Clans are led by chieftains, and ad hoc elections are held in order to decide who will hold this position. In larger clans, chiefs must win by at least a 2/3 majority, while in smaller clans, a unanimous victory is often mandated. The rules by which a clan is governed are also voted on sporadically, and updated or amended by the same system. If any member of the clan doesn't like the rules or leadership established by the majority, they are welcome to leave the clan with no hard feelings. As a general rule, this rarely happens in all but a few isolated cases. Fumomancy. Fumomancy, or smoke conjuration, is a sub-school of the branch of elemental magic known as aeromancy. There are few practitioners of fumomancy in Orania, partly because of its association with clandestine activity, and partly because it is infamously hard to master. Okay, so I don't know why these two are already unlocked, but regardless, good to know. Objective movement. Units can move each turn before performing actions. Destiny unit is able to move defined by movement type and the type of terrain. Moves also affected by weather conditions. The unit's movement type can be found in the unit's description. Whilst the expenditure of movement for entering a particular terrain type can be found in the terrain description, air units are able to move over all types of traversal terrain at no additional cost. Okay, offensive units have access to the attack action. The amount inflicted takes into account the attacker's current health. Okay, so high health is better. The attacking unit's effectiveness versus the defending unit, and any damage modifiers that may be in effect, including weather, terrain defense, critical hits, reduce seer health. A unit is defeated and will be removed from the battlefield. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. An unsure Mercia faces her first test as monarch of Cherrystone. Oh, she's even got a crown. Several months later. Time skip immediately.
My queen.
Congratulations on your coronation, Queen Mercia. Emmerich, do you really think I'm ready to be a queen?
I have no doubt.
You are your father's daughter. I hope you're right.
Your Majesty, Felheim scouts have breached the border.
What?
They're here, in Cherrystone?
Let's go.
I can do this.
I know you can. Oh, my crown. I like how he just has a pillow. Wait! Your Majesty! Your crown! He just always has a pillow ready. Ooh, she even got like a face scar.
These skeletal warriors are Felheim troops. We must defeat them all to secure this region. We should begin by attacking the closest dread swords with our unit of swordsmen. Right, let's get this over and done with.
Bam. Ooh, I got my trees. Attack. Okay, so approximately 50 to 59% of the health to him, and he only do 16 to 23 to me. So this is what happens when you don't one-shot everything. You will take a little bit of defense damage, as expected.
Notice the numbers that have appeared next to the two battling units?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little number next to each of them. These represent the unit's health. They appear when it drops below 95%. The number 5 indicates that the dread sword is down at around 50% health. And my swordsman is down to about 80% health. Got it.
Yeah, okay, so because I put on health bars and not the badges, I get a bit more of a broken down detail. Requires less memory and judgment.
Very well.
Although it probably has a little bit less aesthetic appeasement.
Then let's attack the dread sword with our second swordsman. Move the swordsman to the attack. Okay.
Yeah, well, fuck off, man. You want me to do something, just auto put my tile on it. Okay, and because I'm going to be killing him, he doesn't get a counter.
My queen, may I interject for just a moment? When selecting a target, a damage preview will appear above its head. This damage preview indicates what damage will be dealt by both units during combat. Sounds handy. You see, the health of a unit suggests more than how close it is to defeat. The more damage a unit takes, the weaker its attack power becomes.
Which makes sense because you can see actively that there are less units present.
So a healthy unit is a stronger unit? Indeed, but it looks like your swordsman will do just fine here.
Hey!
What?
More undead? Seems like they're not giving up quite yet.
I do like the different musics for each turn or commander.
Friendly reinforcements have arrived! Just in the nick of time. Look, it seems like we've been provided with a new unit type, Pikemen. This might be a good time for you to learn about critical hits.
Critical hits?
Yes.
All units have conditions under which their attacks are stronger. We call these attacks critical hits. I've never heard of those. Do not worry, my queen. This information is easy to find. Let me show you how to find information about units' crit.
Press B on the unit.
This is the tile info screen. Here we can find useful information about our selected unit. This part gives us a good overview of the unit.
Slower, more powerful infantry.
Critical hit when adjacent to another spearman. The pikeman crits when adjacent to another pikeman. You can bring up this info screen on any unit, terrain, or structure. Use it often, and you'll learn fast. Alright, I'll make sure to check it often. When you're ready, you can close this window.
Okay.
Very well.
We should make sure that the pikemen stick together. Got it.
Wait.
We've lined up our first pikeman. Now let's attack this dread sword with our second pikeman.
Okay, it's gonna be a one-shot. Let me draw your attention to the damage preview once more. Oh, the arrow is flashing. Well spotted. A flashing arrow in the damage preview is a good sign. It indicates that you're about to land a critical hit. Oh, get wrecked, bitch. See, I actually like that, where critical hits are based on conditions rather than purely chance-based. I just like it better because it takes a bit of the randomness out. Now, whether or not the conditions are too easy to fulfill or not, I'd say that's the big thing. But currently, I would say it's a good idea. Thanks to the placement of the first pikeman, the second pikeman dealt a critical hit. She learns fast! Keeping your pikemen together will ensure a stronger offense. When encountering a new unit type, it's important to learn about their crit. I'll leave you to defeat the rest of these Felheim troops. Thank you, Emmerich. I couldn't do this without you. Defeat the invading Felheim troops. Okay, so what are yours? So where did it say? A critical hit when adjacent to another spearman. Critical hit when adjacent to its commander. Okay, so 55 to 65. Okay, so let's just do this. Do this, put the healthy to the healthy, and then I can do the rest with the weak one. That way it doesn't take any additional damage. Because I'd say it's better to have 2 units pretty darn close to full health, rather than one that's extremely weak and one that's perfect. So now the question is, do they get the critical hit bonus on the defense? Okay. We get a critical hit, but we still get a counter. But this time I can just do that, get the nice crit, and take them out. That's the last of them. Well done, my queen. Even the dog is proud. With his little paw, like, look at me. I'm a dog wearing some armor. We did it. A good start, but Felheim won't stop there. We must remain vigilant. They'll be back?
Yes.
Yes, and in greater numbers. A whole horde of skeletons. The goodest boy. Indeed, and much else besides. I'd forgotten you had so little experience with the undead. Cherrystone is normally so peaceful. I've never seen them here before. But now they're coming, and they won't stop. Haha, that's what she said. An undead army. All undead but one. We've spoken in your lessons of their leader, Valder. A living man, and a necromancer of great power. I haven't forgotten. Well, we should make a move. The undead are likely to be advancing upon the other parts of the kingdom. Emmerich, do you think Valder will come to Cherrystone himself?
Yes.
Yes, your majesty. I do. Come on, Caesar, let us go, my good boy. Your majesty! Wait! Is this gonna be the meme where he just keeps chasing after her? Like, yeah, you got the... Whoo! You forgot your... Whoo! Your crown! I meant... Cardio! Good, another S rank. You've unlocked additional lore about Mercia. Awesome! Ugh. Good water. Codex. So It gave me more lore, said from somewhere. Yeah, okay, never mind. The Valheim invasion begins in earnest. Oh no! They're chasing skeletons chasing civilians, being chased by soldiers, being chased by the commanders.
No.
The kingdom's overrun with Valheim soldiers. We have to do something. We will hold what land we can. Maybe if we...
Not so fast!
Huh?
Who are you?
I'm the person that's going to smash, bash, and pulverize you!
They don't use the Oxford comma.
Call me Ragnar!
You can call me Ragnar!
Alright.
Fight me!
Love it. Oh, God. No! Did you see that? The Valheim hordes just captured a village to the west. They'll attempt to claim the neutral village to the east next unless we stop them. And let's stop them.
Yes.
Luckily, a Cherrystone Ranger is here to help us. Rangers are units that can attack enemies from a distance. Let's move it into a position where it can attack any approaching undead. Sounds good. Wait. From this position, our ranger can attack any approaching enemies from the west.
Very well.
When you want to end your turn, select an unoccupied map tile and then select End Turn. Oh, wow, okay. So, it's even got two attack tiles in a diagonal direction. In fact, yes. Oh, crap. Do Rangers have 3? Yeah, they have 3 attack. God, that base range units are damn good. Okay, so another skeleton unit was made. Are you remembering to check the unit info screen about critical hits? Yeah. Good. Then you'll know that rangers crit if they attack without moving. We'll attack the Dreadsword without moving the ranger now. Now we need to select the tile from which to perform the attack. But since we don't want the archer to move, we simply select the same tile again. 96 to 106. Bang, bang, bang! Get fucked, bitch!
Yeah.
We did it! We may have defeated those soldiers, but it's not over yet. The enemy owns a barracks. This will enable them to recruit new units. Fortunately, we have access to a barracks of our own! We should select it to recruit a new unit at once. Okay, I'm on it. Okay. This barracks lets you recruit 3 different unit types. Swordsmen, pikemen, and rangers. That's right! But due to our current funds, I can only afford a swordsman right now. A single swordsman can make a big difference. Let's recruit one now. Oh, you even choose which side of it to come out on. That's cool. Note that each barracks can only recruit a single unit per turn. Right, make sure to remember that. Yeah, I'm Ragnar. Fight me! Turn 3. Select our new swordsman and order it to move and capture the village. So you only have to move next to the village to capture it. Okay, that's nice. Because I know I know to visit villages in Fire Emblem, I believe you had to go into them. Or at least you had to go on... I think if it was a house, you had to stand next to it. But if it was like a town, you had to stand at the mouth of it. Excellent work, my queen. Villages bring in 100 gold every turn, so they're incredibly important to the war effort. Right, because more gold means we can recruit more units. Correct. In fact, we can cripple the enemy's income by taking the village to the west.
Yes.
To capture a village that is owned by a different faction, we must first defeat it. Then I'll recruit more units straight away and order them towards that village. Some units are more effective than others at defeating structures such as villages. I advise you to rely on the pikemen's powerful crit for this job. Alright, I'll recruit pikemen and send them towards the enemy village. go. I'm moving the archer over. Okay. Well, that's gonna suck. Enemy reinforcements to the north! They'll no doubt be heading towards your northern villages. I should have known they wouldn't make this easy for us. I suggest you don't leave the northern path unattended. I'll make sure to leave a unit to protect the northern villages. Well. Sucks to be me. Moving him up there. What's your... Okay. Wait. Oh, and it even tells me when I would be in attack range. That's nice. Wait. Oh, come on. Wait, and then let's get another... Can't do a ranger yet, but I'm going to make a basic infantry. Gonna make a basic infantry to go up there just as a little bit of extra support. Oh, God. Okay. Get out of here. Good. Over there. Another ranger. That's what I'll do. Have that one come take this one out, then I can move the other one forward so he still also gets the crit. Take both their units out in one turn without taking any damage between mine. I really like this art style. Like it's that like perfect level of cartoony. I like it. Okay, so now the question is, do rangers get to counterattack at close range? Okay, they do. But it's probably weaker, as one would expect. Ooh, okay, so there's a reinforced mechanic. That's interesting. Okay. Here we go. And there doesn't seem to be a concept of missing. It's just a matter of percentage of enemy health, which I do appreciate. Not having to worry about missing really, really helps. Because I do want to take this one out this turn. Actually, can I... Okay, yeah, no. I want to take it out this turn, that way he can't spawn an enemy from it.
What?
What? How did this happen? Excellent! You've cleared the enemy from the village! You should capture it to secure it before Ragnar takes it back. Got it! And luckily I have this unit perfectly waiting. Hey! Hey, I'm up here! No! Well done! With no villages, the enemy has no income. You'll notice that a captured structure never begins with full health. In fact, it starts with the equivalent of half the capturing unit's health. Ooh. So if a unit with 40% health captures the village starts with 20% health? Yes! Now we should destroy their barracks to completely remove them from this region. Okay, let's do it. I don't want to use my money. Actually, I have to use it from here. So I'm gonna make a swordsman. Oh, wait, okay. Wait, so... that. He's gonna get crit hit, but gonna be at like no guys, so he's gonna do minimal damage. That's really nice. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this. I remember playing Advanced Wars when I was younger and not really being great at it. Because I just I think I didn't understand the concept very well of buying units. Turn 9. Wait. There. Wait. Have them right there. And do that. Get me my nice pikeman, full health. Bam. Take that one out. How much I can really do. And turn. Because no real need to buy units if they're gonna be okay. There we go. Take out that one. Do a good chunk of health. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move that one there. Do that. Now, the curious thing is, are these able to attack, are these able to attack units that are next to them? 'Cause that'd be my big question. Hey! Hey! Wait. And turn. And next turn, my ranger will get crit, which is good. Because he's not going to be moving. There we go. I'll let him do a little bit of extra damage on it, just to make it a little bit easier. Hey! Okay, and I can hold circle to skip. No! This is not happening! Emmerich, we did it! Good work! Chatter, chatter! Go away! Chatter, chatter? I said, go away! Chatter, chatter, chatter. What are... I said, go away! Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, didn't mean to disturb you. You didn't disturb me. I was lying in wait.
Huh.
Uh-huh. Right.
Shut up!
Grr! This isn't over! Team Rocket will be back again! Ugh. So, I'm curious as to know, the exact things that affect ranking. Is there a max, because Because I would imagine total turns, units defeated, and units lost, with units lost being like the biggest thing. But I'd be curious to know. And I'm also curious to know if stars, like mean anything, right? Like, is there any reason other than just like, oh, I can do it better, than to go back? Like, I'm wondering if I'm going to get like an unlock thing where it's like, oh, spend stars to get X, to give me reason to want to get the best ranking. Worst enemies forever. Unhappy with her defeat, Ragna decides to take matters into her own hands.
Whatever.
So you won! Who even cares? All you did was beat up a few lousy, stinking skeletons.
Aww.
I won't hold back.
I care, and I won't stop until my kingdom is safe. Enough messing around!
I'll crush you.
Myself!
Haha! Ragna has moved deep into this region. She's even got a stronghold. A stronghold is a really important structure that anchors a faction to a region. To win, we can either defeat the stronghold or Ragna herself. I understand. I'm joining this fight personally. Look, over there! One of our knights has beaten us here. Knights are strong, fast-moving units. However, they're unable to capture structures. Only infantry and commanders can do that. Knights sound great. Let's get started. Hold your horses. It seems this knight is low on health. Is there something we can do to help? Indeed there is. This is where reinforcement comes into play. Simply move a wounded unit next to one of your structures and select Reinforce.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Sadly, structures are unable to regain health through reinforcement. However, their health will gradually be restored over time, as will that of certain units. All structures regain 10% health every turn, and all commanders, such as yourself, regain 5%. Okay. Reinforce. Excellent. Our knight's back to full health. Yes, though it's important to note that reinforcing has its drawbacks. First, reinforcing a unit costs an amount of gold proportional to the unit's value. And second, the health restored to the unit is taken from the health of the structure. Got it. Reinforcements cost gold and transfers health from the structure. Okay, I should start by taking control of these barracks and nearby villages. Okay. Capture. Hardy hey! And you can move through. So I want to keep my infantry units next to my commander. Okay. Because that's how they get crit. As commanders, you and Ragnar are both powerful units on the battlefield. You can easily take down most infantry units and enemy structures single-handedly. Make the most of your strengths as a commander without risking your neck. Remember, the team that loses their commander also loses the
I
battle.
won't let you down.
Okay, I can do this. Okay. Destroy the enemy stronghold or defeat Ragnar. Or the enemy commander. Okay, so that's one of my units. Okay. So this is that one. I have enough for... Okay. So let us... Let's have her come over here and capture the town.
I'm going in.
Hey, what's up? Bam. Okay. And you can wait there. And then I will make a swordsman buddy for you to come over here. And that way I can have them be like dual helpers. You can... I wish there was a way. He's just taking a nice little beach vacay. Okay, so they're all going down that way, and Ragnar's coming up, so that's fine. I like that. Ragnar just recruited a Dreadspear, a Felheim spearman. It would be prudent to check the spearman's info screen. Yeah, bring up the info screen on the spearman. Okay. Let me direct your attention to the table at the bottom. This table tells us which units the spearman is especially effective against. Oh no, it says they're effective against cavalry. So, against swordsmen, bowmen, cavalry. Vulnerable to commanders and bowmen. So it's a mutual weakness kind of thing. Yes, spearmen will do extra damage against units such as our knight. Go ahead and close this window when you're ready. Okay, so just extra damage, but not guaranteed crit. We should make sure not to put our knight in any unnecessary danger. This would be a good time to check the enemy's movement range. How do I do that? Let me show you. I've already been checking it. By holding this button, you can display how far the selected unit can move. Awareness of the enemy's range is important when positioning your units. I should keep the knight out of reach of the Dreadspear. Good thinking, my queen. Yo, slay my queen. I can't capture this town. But I can come over here and have him go at it with a crit. Hey, hey! Bam! Get fucked, little bitch. He can move over there, and this one. Let's get a ranger. That just seems like a smart thing to do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him come over here and try and at least attack the village, or attack the thing, because what that'll do is it will take away some of the income, so she won't be able to summon as many units. My village! Give that back!
No.
You won't get it back without a fight. So even if she attacks my cavalry unit, I can just run away. Chances are she's not going to KO it. Did half of it, though. Boy, Hattie was not expecting that. And had to take one of the units away to go cap it again. Which, you know, I'll consider that a win. I consider that a tiny victory. This part of Cherrystone is more forested than I remember.
Yes.
We may be able to use this to our advantage. Different terrain types have different advantages and disadvantages. You may have noticed that traveling through a forest will slow you down. Now that you mention it, I also noticed that units struggle with mountains. Additionally, some terrain will increase or decrease the defense of a unit. Forest will give you a boost in defense, while rivers will make you vulnerable. You can read more about each terrain type by checking its tile info. I will. Thanks, Emmerich. Open water, accessible only to air and naval units. Okay. So I'm just gonna come over here. Wait. What's your unit? You can move 3. Okay. 2, 3. Wait. Just come over here. Hey! Okay, and... useless skeletons! If you surrender, we can just end this now. We don't have to keep fighting. Never! Okay, and my units are weak to commanders, cavalry. They're weak to literally everything. But I can put her here, which in turn... Okay, I don't want to put any of my guys in undue danger, so I'm going to have him rest on a... accessible only to walking and air units, slow going, but confers high defense. Okay, so that's good to know. I'm going to save up and try and get another knight, because having another, strong unit will be beneficial to me. Ooh, she's throwing her shield off. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be careful not to do that. But I've done a bit of damage to both sides, so that's good. Can Can I make... Yeah, I can make another cavalry now. So I'll do that. Then I'll wait. And then what I'll do is I'll put her on the mountain. And then do that. Hey! Hey! I like that little cheer. Like, hey! And now she is locked out, but I can put this guy over here on that side, and now she is completely protected. So that's good. I can only... I might be able to take that out, but I don't really want to lose the unit. So I'll just reinforce a little bit right now. Okay, so they bought a ranger, so that's not great, but... Oh, God! Oof. Was not expecting... Okay, so that's... First... See you later, Space Cowboy! Okay, so... This is unfortunate. So let's... do that. And then you can come up here. Hey, hey! Yeah, damn, didn't get you. Okay. Now I got my big ass pony. And I'm gonna reinforce him again. No, just to get him to full. So I'd rather have one on full. Okay. And so long as she doesn't get KO'd here, I'm good. Okay. These units, yeah, that one was a self-sacrifice. That's fine. Yeah, I'll let you take out that one, or hit her with a crit. Get some of the damage out. She can come over here and wait. That's fine. I don't want her to be able to just freely go and attack the ranger. And then come over here. Because I feel like at this point it'll just be more advantageous to me if I take her out. Now, I do need to get rid of some of her income. So, take that out, and then the ranger will probably just try and stick to him. And he's only vulnerable to pikemen, which is good. And, yeah, so... She'll probably, next turn she'll probably take out... Oh, okay, so she didn't even try and take out the, Oh, God. Oh, yeah, because it's a crit hit, probably. Five to 14. Yeah, I want to keep, 3 to 6. 20, 28. Yeah. Die. Get fucked, Ragnar. You did it! Phew, that was tough. I lost? That's impossible! Impossible! Impossible? You must have cheated! You cheated, didn't you?
No.
No. It seems pretty difficult to have a reasonable conversation with you. So I'm going to go.
Yeah!
You'd better run! Oh, hello. Lord Valder!
Ragnar.
Quiet, Ragnar. You disgrace yourself. Stand aside and let me fix your mess. Oh, only an A rank. Yeah, so it does seem like units lost is like the biggest, is the largest deciding factor for rank. Got unlocked additional lore about Ragnar. Okay. Is there a... There's a save and exit. I wonder if there's just like... I wonder if it auto-saves after every thing. With Cherrystone overwhelmed, Mercia must get her people to safety. Lord of the Dead. I do like the pace that a lot of these go, like, because the maps aren't too big, right? Like, they're pretty contained, so the maps go by pretty fast, which is nice. So we meet at last, Queen Mercia of Cherrystone.
My queen.
My queen, that's Valder, Lord of the Felheim Legion, Master of the Fell Gauntlet.
Valder!
That's Valder? Oh no! Ragnar has power, but lacks discipline. I fall short on neither. This is a battle we cannot win, so we must retreat. But where do we go? The Gloomwoods. It's our only option. The Gloomwoods? But... Does the Queen of Cherrystone give up her throne so easily? Rawr, rawr, rawr. It's okay, Caesar.
Let's go.
Let's start the retreat. We have no choice. Start the retreat.
Huh?
Has word spread? Does everyone know we're leaving? They do. The citizenry is already on the move. They're coming via the West Road, but the Felheim Legion isn't far behind. We have to get them out of here fast. Indeed, we had best use the wagon to ferry them towards our stronghold. Vehicles like these cover a lot of ground, on roads especially. They're the fastest way to reach the front line. I suggest you climb into this one yourself and then order it out towards the villagers. Okay, interesting. I wonder how many things it can hold. Now we can move this wagon south, closer to the location of the villagers. The wagon can only hold one unit at a time, and villagers count as a unit. When you arrive, exit the wagon using drops so that the villagers can climb aboard. Holy crap, this thing has a long-ass range. Woo! Like that. Okay, I made it. I better get these villagers into the wagon. Yes, you can drop them off near our barracks. Now I'm here. I can look out for enemy troops. Yes, and with the wagon near the barracks, you're able to ferry more units to your side. Alternate the use of the wagon to transport your troops to battle and the villagers to safety.
Yeah.
I will. Thank you, Emmerich. Safely evacuate all villagers and escape Cherrystone. Okay. Load. Okay, and it's only one per turn. Ooh, and I can make multiple wagons. That is good to know. So I got a couple pikemen. So this is where they're being retreated to. This is where they're trying to get to. So I'm just gonna immediately assume that they're gonna kind of show up around here-ish. Or even like I think they're gonna come from like down here and up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just preemptively try and like kind of set up some shit. I think next turn I'm gonna make a wagon, and then the turn after I will I'll make a fighting unit.
No.
The Felham Legion. I have to protect the villagers. What if we lose one of the groups? Go! As a commander, you're strong enough to handle this first wave on your own. Okay. Actually. Yeah, so let's make a... Let's make a wagon there. What's your critical hit? Critical hit when it attacks from a location 6 spaces away from where it starts. Okay, so basically crit on high movement. You know what? I'll wait and then drop them off here to make it a bit more efficient. Okay, your critical hit when it's adjacent to its commander. Critical hit when stationary. Okay. I'll bring my rangers down. I'm still of the thought that these two are assuming right. Okay, so end turn. There's a great deficiency of dab in the chat, so I'm going to put those there. Okay, so luckily it's just those. Okay, I think I was right. That's good. Okay, so what I want to do... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, let's come over here, take this one out, because he could remain stationary and do a bunch of damage, but I can just take him out like that. I want to keep her kind of more on like the leftward side, just in case anyone comes out of the west. Okay, so this is the one with the villagers in it. Drop them off there.
Very well.
Well done, McQueen Mercia. The first of the villagers made it safely to the pass. Keep going. Now I'm going to assume that we're going to get more, so I'm going to... These ones don't have farther enough unit movement, so I'm going to keep them there. That way, I'll get first attack on them, and can possibly even chain. Ooh, I should have summoned a unit. I'm an idiot. More refugees have arrived on the West Road, and others will follow. That's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna need to... yeah, I just need some swordsmen right now. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 to 100. Yeah, but I need to take out this one. So how much can he move? Okay, so he can't move enough to get any of them. So I'll just do this. Take him out. And then kind of let them approach. Because it's going to get 10% of its health back every time. So, okay, so let's say I move this one here, attack that, and kill it, and then I can use the other one. Yeah. There we go. Hey! Hey! Okay. Ew, okay, so not going to 1-hit KO it. Unfortunate, but... it's still going to be extremely weak to the point of, to the point of it not being able to do very much. I think this is going to be a suicide attack on their part. and doing minimal damage. And that one is not going to do, like, very much. And it's a suicide attack. That's good. Okay. I don't know, fired up.
My queen.
It's your groove, Queen Mercia. You have charged it for the very first time. Grooves are a gift. Commanders like you and I charge them as we battle. You must use your groove to benefit your forces. I want to use it to heal them. Focus your energy and cast a healing aura. It will restore some measure of health to you and any nearby friends and allies.
Tactical advantage.
When used at the right time, this ability may very well turn the tide of battle. Okay, well, I don't need to use my groove right now. Now the unfortunate thing is, down there. Wait. Load. Come down here. Just drop him off. That. Yeah. No one really needs healing right now, so do that, and then yeah, and there aren't any other additional spearmen, so nothing to worry about there. These guys, I'm gonna. Their movement is 4. Movement is 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 attack. So I'm just gonna move these guys back out. That way they're not in a lot of danger. And I believe I have everyone. Oh, wait, no, I think I can still summon another. Let's summon a ranger now.
I'll save you all.
More villagers. We'll keep you safe. Oh no, you killed my cavalry. You son of a bitch. Oh darn, I thought he was going to be out of it, but oh well. Okay, so enemy cavalry, not great, but I was hoping the cavalry would survive and I could use healing aura, but
brace yourself.
thing is, like, are they able to get oh, this one has a villager in it, that's why. Okay, well, I'm just gonna walk him down. Up. Wait. Because I think that they would get critical even... Now the danger is that... yeah, I think we're fine. Because I think they would get critical even on... Now... Fortunate part... is there's no real easy good way for me to take this one out. So he'll attack and that'll be the end of his turn. So I'll do this. Let him come up here he can critical attack him. Do most of the damage. These two are really weak now, so there's no real danger. I'll pop a knight. That way I have a lot more unit movement, even outside of those things. Oh yeah, I forgot the fucking cavalry are good against. Okay, but these guys are going to be suiciding at the top, and he's suiciding on a building. Okay. So wait. Okay. Let's do another night. Take care of this side first. Okay, do you, and then you. Because it's almost like, it's almost more useful to just damage enemies significantly instead of just trying to go for the kill. Because those enemies will just be significantly weakened anyway.
None shall fall while I still stand.
Okay, so now the question is... Oh, Gregarious Groover. So it does use the commander's turn. It's good to know. That was amazing. Can I do that all the time? Only when you have fought enough to charge your groove fully. The charge will slowly build up on its own. But fighting and defeating enemies will accelerate the process. Therefore, if a weakened enemy is nearby, it's sensible to land the finishing blow yourself. The quicker to charge your groove. But remember, we can't afford to lose you, so don't overstretch yourself. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Thanks, Emmerich. Okay. So the danger is I've now put the ranger within range. But come over here and just reinforce. Another group of refugees, Your Majesty. Yeah, I did that. That way the horse couldn't go and get my ranger. Instead would be forced to attack her, essentially. Mercia. So that's good. And she's strong. So, and now all these guys are gonna be doing that. Suiciding on themselves, basically. Turn 8. Okay. Feel like you guys could use a little bit of extra people. You come down here. Up. And then no, I'll pop another wagon. It's basically what I want. Oh, you have a person in you. There we go. Because basically I want, when a villager shows up, I want there to be an empty wagon. So now, how do I want to go about this? thinking is I come down here and wait instead of attack. And then you get a critical hit on that one. So both of these guys are heavily weakened. So they'll do a lot less damage. And then I'll just use my significant amount of money to my advantage and heal her. Okay, so this might kill one of the pikemen. Okay, it didn't. That's good, but this one probably will. Yeah. Okay, that's unfortunate, but understandable and within acceptance. Is it acceptable? Could come down here and just straight up mark one of them right quick. Yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do with this one. Move him down, move that one down. Do that. Come down here. Take that one out nice and quick. He's still there. Move him down. And then I'm gonna run away with that one. Okay. I'm gonna make some pikemen because pikemen will be good to put up. Pikemen are good up here because they have low movement but pretty high durability. So I think that's a smart way to do it. These are the last of the refugees. Once they're safe, you must escape too. Okay, good. So then it'll be get her up to the top. God damn. That's fine. It's fine. This weather. Valder must be near. We must hurry. That will be harder now. Our ranged ground units won't be able to fire as far in severe weather. Damn it. Literally is going to be the thing. Okay, do that. Wait. You can move up to here, so. Oh, come on. Okay. Load up into that. You load up. Come on, you dumb whore. Are you serious? Why can't you load into that? Oh, you already have a person in you? Oh. Foolish me. God, I really wish there was a better indicator of that kind of thing. Because I could not tell that that was a full wagon visually. Because I feel like I had a good plan. Have a wagon here for when the refugee spawns, so I could immediately get it moving. But because of the way there's no like visual indicator, there's not even like an icon on it that says this one's loaded. It was just impossible for me to know unless I moused over it. Okay, so that one's gonna go. Okay, yep. Fleeing your kingdom. A true queen would face ruin with her head held high.
Valder!
Valder,
Your Highness.
my queen, do not engage Valder in battle. You can't defeat him. But you can save these
I
people.
won't let you down.
You're right. I won't let them down. This one's going out like a champ. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. Have the get some pike bros. These guys can't move very far, so I can just kind of leave them.
Return to dust.
Oh God. Oh. Oh. Okay.
My queen.
That was the last of the villagers. Time to get yourself to safety too, Queen Mercia. I'm on my way. Get Mercia to safety. Okay, well, I figured that, so... You've made it! Well done, my queen! Grrr. She escaped!
Ragnar.
Ragnar, follow them.
I'll hunt them down and turn them into mincemeat!
Yeah.
Sigrid.
Sigrid, go with her. Make sure this gets done properly. And you? Felheim needs its master. I trust you to oversee this task. Very well. I'm a man wearing a weird skull on my head. I'm totally not evil. Okay, so A rank. So I'm guessing if I lost like one less unit, I would have got it better. Rookie region. Woo woo woo. That was close. We can't rest here. It's not safe. And we can't return without reinforcements.
Huh?
Can't we just regroup and... Valder is a skilled commander, and the gauntlet he wields is an artifact of immense power. To defeat him, we'll have to destroy it. But we haven't the strength to do that alone. Ooh, Caesar's sniffing on the ground. So, what do? We need to head east to Heaven's Song and seek aid from Empress Tenri. Tenri? Your father and the Empress were old friends. If anyone can help us, it's her. That's a long journey.
Let's go.
But we have to try. Oh. But we have to try. Yes.
Fresh prey.
Ooh, interesting. Guy we're using some sickles or something. Congratulations, you have unlocked the arcade game mode. Awesome. Congratulations, you've unlocked Arania in the Codex. Okay, so now we can update this to say Act 2. Boom. Just to, just keep everyone on the same page. Don't want to... Oh, okay. I don't want anyone to feel misinformed. Codex. Okay, we got all these. Okay, so there's different factions. So I can look at those. And it seems to be 4. Okay, and there's going to be different kinds of road sea. Snow sea. It's grassy. Arania. Con of Arania is home to Felheim, Cherrystone, the Florin Lands, and the Lost Leagues, Heaven Song, and the Island of the Dragon's Cradle. It is the home of our heroes, and of our heroes' foes. Welcome to Arania. Please enjoy the view. Splintered fjords and rimy forests, broad empty tundra and jagged snow-capped mountains. This is Felheim. It's a quiet place, all sound muffled by the fathomless snow. Sometimes the wind will pick up and howl a mournful, bitter song across the icy plains, but otherwise, silence reigns. Here, the undead walk. The chill can't reach their weathered bones. Perhaps they look frail to you. They're not. They're held together by more than rotting sinew. They exist by sheer force of will. The living also eke out an existence among the undead, hunting ice boar and blubber seals. Like the land they inhabit, Felheim's living citizens are a quiet people, stoic, no-nonsense individuals. If it weren't for the ascension of a new gauntlet-clad lord every few decades, they'd happily keep themselves to themselves. But there we go. You can't have everything. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So now let's, beyond the border. The party escapes to the Gloomwoods, only to face fresh dangers.
Trespassers.
Who are these interlopers?
We don't mean you any harm, Florin. We just need to cross your lands.
Crossing through the Gloomwoods. A dangerous choice.
The hunt.
These are Floran lands. This is where we live. This is where we hunt. Humans do not come here.
The Cherrystone Kingdom negotiated the right to safe passage generations ago. I know we don't use it very often, but we need it now. We have no choice.
Sage hungers.
Where the little lady seeks passage, Sedge seeks sustenance.
Do you threaten the Queen of Cherrystone?
Queen, silly titles do not impress Sedge. Whatever you call yourselves, you're still just meat and bone. Sedge will eat the old man first, and the little lady for seconds.
Stand down, stranger, or be cut down. Ah, so now I'm playing as Mr. Old Man. Fog of War, god damn it. Oh, and we got dog units? Interesting. This forest is so dense and the fog so thick, but we must press on.
Yes.
We should use our battle pups to scout ahead. Pups inflict critical hits when another pup is adjacent to their target. More importantly, they can see furthest through the fog. We should send one of them up this mountain. Being atop a mountain extends the sight range of a unit, so this is a good position from which to spot hidden enemies.
Very well.
Let's move forward, carefully. Okay, neutralize the enemy barracks or defeat Sedge. Okay, so what? So move 4, sight 3. Commander, this learned and powerful mage is the trusted advisor of the rulers of Cherrystone. Okay. Nope, come on. Wait. Okay, so we got one up there, one up there. There, hidden among the trees. Floran soldiers lying in wait. Now that we can see them, they lost the element of surprise. Okay, basic infantry used for capturing structures, critical hits when adjacent to its commanders. Okay, good to know. Wait. Let's do this.
This should do the trick.
Lightning blast!
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Okay, so that's... What's your... Okay, so that's gonna be as far as you can go. Let's move you... Yeah, you know what? Let's just be completely safe. Like, why even bother doing anything risky? Let's wait there. Okay, so that's good to know. So no one's in danger right now. Can you... Okay, so you can't go there. Wait. Okay. Sedge! I am a scythe man. I'm a scat man. Don't attack my puppers! I do like how it didn't look like the dog got killed. It looked like it ran away when it got damaged. Okay, so that's a critical hit. So let's do that. Because see, I like that where it's like I get a crit if like the same kind of unit is adjacent to the enemy instead of having to be next to things. I don't want to go too far, so I'm gonna just capture that. Reinforce. Oh god, it's gonna be a weak ass. Wait. Okay, there's another one. So that's good to know. Yeah, but you attack the pikeman out of all of them. Seems interesting, given that he gets the crit. Okay, so attacking the dog as well. Let's look at this, dude. Yeah, the dog just runs away. No animal cruelty here. Okay. So... let's do that. And I can just... actually... leave this dog here, scout out a little bit, and then... you can just attack from there, kill it. Should be no issues. Okay, so dogs can't cap. Quick unit critical hit when adjacent another dog unit is adjacent to the target. So vulnerable to quite a bit, but effective against bow, sword, and other beast. Magic spear, bow, good against it. Okay. So let's come over here and capture it. Give me a bit more, see, I got getting income, but it's not, like, important right now. Get on top of this mountain. Okay, I'm hoping that Florin doesn't take out this dog. Okay, just barely didn't. That's good to know. Okay. And this dog had more defense, so that's important. Let's do that. Take you out for free. Let's come up here and capture this one. Just the big stupid. There, I'll reinforce that dog, get him to full health. Do that, and then reinforce this guy's health. Oh, come on. There we go. It's a suicide on the dog. Okay, let's capture that. Give me.
Interesting.
Happening upon these old barracks is most fortunate for us. We should use this opportunity to bolster our ranks before crossing the river. Okay. So, what you're telling me is should probably wait. Reinforce. Get that one's health a little bit back up. Go up. Then gonna cap that town for a little bit extra income. Okay, so Florald. Are they good against spears? Yeah, they seem to be alright against spears. Relatively even. The attacking unit does have a distinct advantage in that they do damage prior to like they do damage prior to what do I want to say? They do damage prior to getting countered. So they have so they're going to be taking less damage, right? Because it's not two full power units attacking each other. It is one full power attacking attacking one, and then that weakened one getting a counterattack. I'll move forward a little bit with that dog. Want to reinforce that one to near full. So no one's going to be attacking this barracks. Okay, so I'm going to move him over here to capture that one. The mountain. Oh, hello there. Okay, good. Wait. Go up. Gonna get an attack on that dog. Okay, let's send him over there. Chill over here. Okay, I'm really liking this game. I'm really digging it, honestly. And that's fine because the dog didn't take too much damage because of the defense bonus. He can just reinforce at the town. And just let the commander one-shot him. Or better yet, he could just get on top of a mountain and see further already. Let's get a wagon. So I think that'll be useful. Because I want to get the ranger kind of into place. Where are these guys effective against? They're effective against bows, but are vulnerable to spears, so that's perfect. Okay, you have yours. What is... does that tell me? A rank turns 17. What term am I on right now? Turn 8? Interesting. So S rank... Oh, interesting. So I'm guessing it tells you the turn limit to get the next rank. Okay.
Are you scared yet? You should be.
Is he from behind? Okay.
Emmerich, your groove is ready.
Yes.
Indeed, this old man still has a few tricks up his sleeve.
What does it do?
I'm able to conjure up a gem known as a cherry stone, a powerful protective object. This orb provides a dramatic defense bonus for our units. Wow. There's movement to the north and the south. It may be wise to put some battle pups on the nearby mountains. Okay, so I'm going to get him into... get him into a spot over there. Pop a swordsman out here. Okay, gonna wait. Oh yeah, he can't cap. Okay. 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 And a wizard-looking thing. Oh, interesting. So are they also running under fog rules? Okay, and that's fine. So there's a whole bunch in that top right corner. That. That. You get on top of these mountains and okay. It's good to see. So here's what I'll do. I'll do that. Okay. Guess we're gonna have to try and cap that. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, and that's an archer. I don't know if it moved. It didn't move. Okay. Or it was just a weak thing. Oh, and those are like the equivalent of the pups. Oh, God. Yeah, like they get such a bonus by going second.
cherry stones defend us!
Do that. Right. Okay, let's kill this dog. Okay, is this Sedge? Yeah. This commander, effective against literally everything. X. Okay. Okay. Is he, so it'll be interesting. Is he still gonna be able to? Yeah, he near one shot a thing in my like ult area. That's a spear knight going against cavalry, so that's unfortunate. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to just get this one out of the way. Just take that one out. Doesn't need to be getting any funny ideas. Reinforce that one. Come down here. So you could go up here and attack this one, take him out. You could... So you know what I'll do? I'll come up here. Wait. And now we get crit on this one. That one's now extremely weakened. I can take out the ranger, so no more range bullshit. I still have plenty of life, and I'm fighting inside my upper defense zone. I want to keep my unit production high. So, do that. Send my knight over there. And I'll keep him there so I can see any units that get spawned on unfortuitous turns. Yeah, so I'm thinking what I'm going to have to try and do is just rip into Sedge pretty damn hard. Okay. Okay, yeah, they're going after the defense crystal. That's what I figured. Let's do that one just to get a little bit of damage on him, because the thing is, right, like he's gonna like those are gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. really weak. Drop him there. Okay, so I see that unit. I want to draw a bit of attention away from the left a little bit more. So I'm going to have them be there. And even if it results in some of my units being taken out, I'm fine with that. Sedge is still there. I can just do that. Take him out. Oh, God, my cursor was very far away from where I expected it to be. Go. Actually, I'll let this
You
one
were
happen.
simply outmatched.
The hunt ends.
Okay, good.
You think you can beat Sedge so easily? This isn't the end of the hunt.
Sedge will catch you.
Sedge will watch you. Sedge will stalk you. And when you least expect it, Sedge will pounce. Sedge! There you are. Who are these strangers? We're invaders.
Trespasser.
Humans bent on the destruction of the Gloomwoods. Sedge caught them. Sedge defeated them. Greenfinger need not worry. Soon they will be dead.
Greenfinger? The Florin King? Oh no! Sedge lied! Yeah, S-Rank! Get fucked, Sedge! Little bitch. Okay. Splitting paths. Florin Codex. So we got Act 2 Mission 2. Or we got Act 2 Side 1. Interesting. Okay, let's try Canine Justice. Alone in the woods, Caesar finds some villagers in need of aid. Okay. I'm game. Help! Outlaws!
Hand over your valuables and no one will get Hoyt. What have we here? Woof.
Be off with you! Can't an outlaw make a dishonest living in these woods without being hounded by armored beasties? Rawr. You don't intimidate me! He intimidates me, man. Yeah, and me. Just get this villager back to the camp and lock him up, will ya? Woof. I am Caesar! Tally-ho! Doggy, doggy, doggy.
Rough.
Wow, the commander brought us to a tumble-down fortress. Interesting. We'd better explore. Arf. Imagine, like, having the pleasure of, like, your... Oh, god damn it. What are you? Powerful unit built to combat air threats. Critical hit when defense is 3 or above. Able to heal allied targets by 20%. Oh, interesting. Like, imagine having the absolute pleasure of being able to say, like, oh yeah, my commander's a dog. It's pretty awesome. And this is Caesar. He and his Queen Mercia's dog, a Cherrystone general, and a very, very good boy. And his unit is literally just some crossbowmen that are with him. Ah, yes, indeed. Huh. Oh, heal for 300. Okay, so you still have to pay to heal. I don't want my dog getting hurt. So I'm going to let him kind of hang out in there. And unfortunately, just kind of leave it at that. Because I'm not sure who. Like, there's going to be a lot of people coming in and doing stuff. Love it. Stab you! Okay, that's good. And now he can come in, heal. Oh, and it heal. Okay, so that's why. It's a lot of money, but it is very effective. It heals multiple units. Okay, so I'm going to attack and not kill. So I can attack and get that one. Or I can attack and... Yeah, I'll get that one. Get him. Because that'll let me move this dog in. Get that one. I'll move him in and wait. Because this dog won't be able to do very much. Okay. So... let us just take this one out. Now let's be a good guy. Just heal. Oh, that does not do very much. I wonder what his group is. I think it's pretty smart to kind of lead. Okay, A rank turn 19. To kind of lead with him. I must have made a mistake. Oh, good. Well, didn't realize there was a ranger there. I thought my dog would see him. Oh, fuck. So let's... right there. bet. He'll heal everyone up a little bit.
Caesar, you're glowing! Arf! Oh, his groove must be fully charged. He looks so inspiring! Inspiring is right. Caesar's groove inspires adjacent spent units to have a second go.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, God damn it, I'm a fool.
Aru! Prisoners!
Hooray!
Commander Caesar has inspired them to fight.
Yip, 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 yip. Oh, cool. Awesome.
Woof woof. Caesar's still agitated. There must be more prisoners that need our help.
Awesome. So that's in case you lost any. It's hard to tell when an enemy, because it seemed like in the last fight there was one like mage that walked into the horse and was surprised, like a cavalry unit. So I thought the enemy was blocked by the same like fog sightlines we were, but maybe not. I definitely don't want to come in here yet. This seems like the end of the thing. So let's damage you. Inspire! Oh, I am inspired now. Yea, verily. Oh, and because he didn't move from where he acted previously, he gets the crit. That's nice. That is very nice. Mage!
It's lightning, bitch.
Okay. Ah, there you are, you fucking whore. Okay, more people in there. Oh, you killed my fucking healer. Yeah, that's... It's not great. I feel like you're more dangerous. Weaken the hell out of them. There we go. Okay, yeah, see, it seems like they have some surprise mechanic. So I'm not sure what procs it. Kill it. Oh, wow, he didn't die. Okay. Dog on dog warfare. guys don't. Arf arf! Brilliant! More prisoners free and up for a fight! Okay, no more healers, though. Woof, 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 woof. Seems there are still prisoners trapped in the fortress. We have to find them. Okay. Let's get these guys out of here. It's good to have more archers. Yeah, let's lead more of the charges with. With Caesar a bit more, just because he can naturally heal himself. He is crossbowman. He should be able to. Okay. I can see. I can fight. Gonna take you out. Go. Slowly but surely moving everyone south. Oh, you wish to fight Caesar? Him. Okay, didn't take him out, but did quite a bit of damage. Do that. And you know, I'm gonna slowly move these guys down, but I just have like an absolute unit of people. Yeah, that's fine. Perfectly fine. Move, take him out. Damn it. There, do that so we can see him. Give me some more. Arfaru! Those were the last prisoners. We freed everyone. Woof woof, arf arf woof. Now that everyone is free, we should enter the main hall and finish off these cutthroat outlaws. Okay, and that would leave me room to just plop him. And then no need to waste healthy units. Okay. So I should probably try and get the healthiest units. Yep. I'm just gonna get these guys out of the way. Let's actually this one will. Oh wow! The door to the main halls are down. Woof, woof, woof. What's this? Arf. A dog? Who let a dog in here? This is no way to run a professional outfit. We can't just have animals wandering into our camp. Arf. Oh, shut it, Fluffball. Arf, woof. That's it. Everyone get in here and help me fight this dog. That's great. This pupper is going down! Yeah, don't know what's in here yet. Okay, I want... Come on. There we go. So the nice part about playing a PC game is I don't have to worry about audio desync, which is pretty nice. Huh. Actually. Wait. And inspire. Get in there. Okay. That dog will probably go down, but I would actually rather that than my main use. See, what I should have done is I should have left some of my units at the top to take out that door. Oh, damn, that sucks. Okay. That. He can do that. That's fine. Let's get you some damage. Okay. Ooh, this is not good. Okay. My commander is very close to perishing. He's at 11%. But I can do that. Help take you out. You get back over here. Wait. Take that one out. And then prevent you from doing any more damage to people. Do that. God damn it. How many fucking units do you guys have? bunch of damage to them. Okay, wall of people. Okay. Come on. Let's go. Okay, surprised. That's good to see. Another ranger, and that ranger was able to take one out. Okay. Should hit this one. Good. Cavalry. That. Woof, woof, woof! Ugh. Should have known we couldn't take on such a majestic hound. Thank you so much. Bye. There you are, Caesar. What are you doing in this old fort? Arf.
Good boy.
Such a good boy. Yeah. Caesar's a good boy. Total turns 18. Yeah, I lost a lot of units. You can now play as Caesar in arcade. Awesome. You've unlocked additional lore about Caesar. Gotta look at that. A magnificent and majestic canine, Caesar leads armies with wordless dignity. His mere presence is enough to inspire and guide troops through battle. Complete Caesar's arcade run to unlock further entries. Okay. Personal history and ethos. Caesar was born in a litter of 3 on the summer solstice. Each pup was promised to the youngest child of a noble family, and while his sisters were homed far from across the seas, he remained in Cherrystone, where he became Mercia's much-loved pet and best friend. Caesar's closest companions outside the royal household are his crossbow-wielding personal guards, Horatio and Beatrice. As well as protecting him on the battlefield, they also provide mid-combat belly rubs and ear scratches as required. Okay, and then this teaches you about his groove. Majestic inspires all adjacent to dig deep and have a second go. Groove charge speed medium. Works particularly well in conjunction with siege units, allowing them to move and attack in the same turn. Damage matrix. Okay. Blue Mercy arcade run. Mercy Epic. Resist skeleton from the ground. Okay. Shield jump. She does 60% of full health this round. Damn, that's good, but slow. It has a range too. That's nice. They just show you all the they show you all the possible ones. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am arcade. Pick a commander. Okay, so it seems like there's a lot to go on here. It's a lot. Holy crap. Errol and Orla. Vespa. Okay, so there's a lot of commanders. So I'm going to have to... Once I get through the campaign, I'll have to at least do like 1 or 2 of the arcade things. See if I can do it. But... with this, I think I can call the first Wargroove stream to an end. Thank you all for joining me today. This is very fun. It's always fun jumping into a new game, right? Where you haven't had a chance to really experience it. I think this game is very aesthetically pleasing. I also think that it has a lot of potential, and not even just like potential, but potential for like enhanced strategy, a lot of fun. The maps seem to be pretty well designed. I do like how it does seem like the AI is affected by the environment or like the fog of war in the same way player characters are. Whereas other strategy games are not, where the AI is at a significant advantage in that they can just go through the fog and then attack you, whereas in this one you have to kind of feel it out a lot more. And if you do encounter the enemy, or even stop at a place that would be perfect, you can't just go right into the attack, as far as I understand. But I am excited to see where this goes. I'm not sure how long the campaign is. Each map seems to go pretty fast, so provided that maps don't get significantly longer from here on out, I imagine we'll get through this in a relatively expedient way. I don't think the pace will be all that slow. We seem to be making good progress already. So I hope you all will join me next stream for when I start The Alliance Alive HD Remastered on the PC. That will be on Wednesday, I believe. It should happen on Wednesday. If it doesn't, then something went awry. But that will be another first stream of a game, and then we will be switching kind of back and forth between them for the most part, unless I feel like doing 2 in a row, because I think it's at like a good point to do 2 in a row, like the story is at a really good spot, or I think I'm really close to finishing the game, or it might be broken up by some tertiary game, or if I decide to play Cold Steel 2 or Speedrun or something. I don't know. But regardless, this is where I'm ending tonight's stream. So I hope you'll join me next time, and thank you for dropping by. See ya. No, that's not right. Bye.